Okay, so I got my Mustang back from the Valvoline instant oil change place in Belden Village on Friday, June the 3rd. I drove the car back home and parked it in the garage because this car doesn't get driven, it just really sits. I have two other cars. I have that car, I have a Lexus, and I also have a GMC Yukon. So this car is my weekend Mustang that I drive, to car shows and things like that. And after getting the car back from having the oil changed at Valvoline in North Canton in Belden Village, I've got a bad pool of oil that has accumulated under the car. It's probably 2 or 3 quarts of oil that's spilled out from under my car. As you can see from the video here I'm showing you. I try to put a drip pan under there to capture this, but it's spilling all over my garage floor. That's a lot of oil. There was no oil leak on this car prior to getting it changed at the Valvoline Oil Change Center. You can see my dipstick here. I pulled it out and wiped it clean, and I'm going to re-dip it to show how high the oil level is. Okay, the safe level for the oil should be right here. Let me see if I can set this down somewhere. I'll show you. Okay, on the dipstick here it says safe. So you can see that's where the safe zone should be at for the oil. That's where it should sit. When I dip this back into engine oil, you'll see just how full and overfilled it is. So I'm going to dip this back in here. I'm going to pull it back out. I'm going to lay it flat so it doesn't drip. And you can see just how high that engine oil is on that dipstick. It's at least 5 or 6 times overfilled from the safe indicator. What I'm afraid of is that this has caused damage just from driving it back home and parking it after getting the oil changed at Valvoline. I cannot drive my car. I'm down and I cannot operate this vehicle until I can figure out a solution with this oil. It's severely overfilled from the oil change I received. And then you can see the puddle under the car where it's leaked out. I have no clue where it's coming from. There's no way they would have drained. There's no way they drained the oil completely out of my car or any at all for it to be overfilled and still have this much dumping out onto the ground. My fear is that there's some type of internal damage that's occurred from the increased pressure from being overfilled. That's the reason I'm taking this video today. Again, this is, my weekend classic car. It's a 1984 Ford Mustang LX convertible. It's got a 302 V8. This car has been very well taken care of. And I have not had an oil leak until now, after getting the oil changed and overfilled. The car has not been driven. It's literally come from the oil change facility, and I parked it on Friday and sat here in my garage this whole time. It has not moved. Now I've got a big giant mess. Again, today's date is June 7th.